In 2015, the Chinese government announced the Made in China 2025 Plan, a strategic initiative aimed at transforming the country into a global leader in high-tech industries. The plan outlines 10 key sectors, including robotics, aerospace, biotechnology, and new energy vehicles, in which China aims to achieve technological self-sufficiency and become a major global player. Since its introduction, the Made in China 2025 plan has been met with both enthusiasm and criticism. While some observers see it as a necessary step for China to transition from a low-cost manufacturing hub to a high-tech superpower, others view it as a threat to global trade and innovation. In this documentary, we will explore the key features of the Made in China 2025 plan, the challenges it faces, and its implications for China's economy and the world. China's economic rise over the past few decades has been built on its manufacturing prowess, with low-cost labor and a vast network of suppliers enabling it to become the world's factory. However, as wages and other costs have risen in China, the country has faced increasing competition from other low-cost manufacturing centers, particularly in Southeast Asia. At the same time, China has recognized that its long-term economic success will require a shift away from low-value-added manufacturing towards high-tech industries. The Made in China 2025 plan is part of a broader effort by China to achieve this transition. The plan was introduced by the Chinese government in May 2015 and outlines a roadmap for China to become a global leader in high-tech industries by 2025. The plan sets out 10 key sectors in which China aims to achieve technological self-sufficiency and become a major global player. These sectors are: New Generation Information Technology, High-end numerically controlled machine tools and robotics, Aerospace equipment, Ocean engineering equipment and high-tech ships, Railway equipment, Energy saving and new energy vehicles, Power equipment, Agricultural equipment, New materials, Biomedical and high-performance medical devices. Each of these sectors is expected to receive significant government funding and support, with the goal of fostering the development of Chinese-owned companies that can compete with established global players. The Made in China 2025 plan has several key features that set it apart from previous industrial policy initiatives in China. Emphasis on self-sufficiency. One of the main goals of the plan is to reduce China's dependence on foreign technology and innovation. The plan calls for the development of domestic innovation capacity and for Chinese companies to acquire foreign technology through mergers and acquisitions, partnerships, and other means. Government funding and support. The plan outlines significant government funding and support for key sectors, including research and development, tax incentives, and subsidies for companies that meet certain criteria. Standards and regulations. The plan includes a focus on the development of standards and regulations that support the growth of Chinese-owned companies and products. This includes the development of standards for emerging technologies and the promotion of Chinese standards in international forums. Intellectual property protection. The plan includes measures to strengthen intellectual property protection and enforcement, a long-standing concern for foreign companies operating in China. Collaboration between government, academia, and industry. The plan emphasizes the importance of collaboration between government, academia, and industry in achieving its goals. This includes the establishment of research and development centers, technology parks, and other initiatives to promote collaboration and knowledge sharing. Despite its ambitious goals, the Made in China 2025 plan faces several significant challenges. Dependence on foreign technology. While the plan calls for a reduction in dependence on foreign technology, China's high-tech industries still rely heavily on imported components and expertise. This dependence on foreign technology could limit China's ability to achieve self-sufficiency in key sectors. Global trade tensions. The Made in China 2025 plan has been a source of tension between China and the United States and other countries, who view the plan as a threat to global trade and innovation. The United States has imposed tariffs on Chinese imports in response to what it perceives as unfair trade practices, including the theft of intellectual property. Difficulty in attracting top talent. Despite significant government funding and support, China may face challenges in attracting top talent to its high-tech industries. Some researchers have suggested that Chinese universities and research institutions may not be as attractive to top talent as their counterparts in the United States and other countries. Risk of overcapacity. The government's heavy investment in key sectors could lead to overcapacity and inefficiencies, particularly if market demand does not keep pace with supply. The Made in China 2025 plan has significant implications for China's economy and the world. Economic transformation. The plan is part of China's broader effort to shift its economy from low-value-added manufacturing to high-tech industries. If successful, the plan could help China to achieve long-term economic growth and prosperity. Global competition. The Made in China 2025 plan has raised concerns among foreign governments and companies, who view it as a threat to global trade and innovation. The plan could lead to increased competition between China and other countries in key high-tech sectors. Intellectual property protection. The plan includes measures to strengthen intellectual property protection and enforcement in China, which could improve the business environment for foreign companies operating in China. Innovation and technology transfer. The plan calls for the acquisition of foreign technology by Chinese companies through mergers and acquisitions, partnerships, and other means. This could lead to greater technology transfer and innovation in China, but could also raise concerns about the theft of intellectual property. To achieve its goals under the Made in China 2025 plan, China is investing heavily in research and development, education, and infrastructure. The Chinese government has made significant financial commitments to support key industries and companies, and has also implemented policies to attract foreign investment and talent. However, there are challenges and risks associated with the plan, including dependence on foreign technology, global trade tensions, and difficulties in attracting top talent. One of the key implications of the plan is the potential for increased competition between China and other countries in key high-tech sectors. The plan aims to make China a global leader in industries such as robotics, aerospace, and electric vehicles, which could put pressure on companies in other countries that currently dominate these sectors. This could lead to trade tensions and protectionist policies, as governments and companies seek to protect their own interests. Another important implication of the plan is its potential impact on intellectual property protection and enforcement. China has long been criticized for its lax approach to intellectual property, including the theft of trade secrets and patent infringement. The Made in China 2025 plan includes measures to strengthen intellectual property protection and enforcement, which could improve the business environment for foreign companies operating in China. However, there are concerns that China may use the plan as a way to acquire foreign technology through unfair means, such as forced technology transfers or cyber espionage. In addition to these concerns, there are also risks associated with the plan's heavy reliance on government funding and support. The plan calls for significant investment in key sectors, which could lead to overcapacity and inefficiencies if market demand does not keep pace with supply. Furthermore, the government's involvement in key industries could limit competition and innovation, as companies may become complacent or reliant on government support. Despite these challenges and risks, the Made in China 2025 plan represents a significant opportunity for China to transform its economy and become a major global player in high-tech industries. The plan has already had a significant impact on the Chinese economy, with the 10 key sectors identified in the plan seeing significant growth and investment. If China is able to achieve its goals under the plan, it could help to drive long-term economic growth and prosperity in the country. However, the success of the plan will depend on a range of factors, including China's ability to attract and retain top talent, its ability to protect intellectual property, and its ability to balance government support with market competition and innovation. In addition, the plan will need to navigate the complex and often contentious global trade environment, which has been a source of tension between China and other countries in recent years. Furthermore, the Made in China 2025 plan is part of a broader strategy by the Chinese government to shift its economy from low-value-added manufacturing to higher value-added industries, such as technology and innovation. This shift is critical for China's long-term economic growth and development, as the country seeks to move up the value chain and become a leader in the global economy. The 10 key sectors identified in the plan are strategic for China's economic development